as I said, there's been reports coming out over the past 2 or 3 days that someone at Newcastle said it's going to take about 3 months for Isak to get back to full fitness. And I think it's pretty clear that we haven't seen the Isak that we've seen at Newcastle for the past few seasons. Actually, when he was playing for Egypt, he scored 2 goals, but he also just absolutely pushed like some guy off the ball that was basically trying to delay the restart of a free kick, and he just absolutely shoved him to the ground. And I think everyone's underestimating the effect that the Jota death's having on the players. Van Dijk's obviously alluded to it after the Chelsea game that there's a little bit of unease and they're still in the back of their minds thinking about it. And I think that distraction has definitely showed in the players. Even if they've not mentioned it until now, I think it's pretty obvious that there's been a lack of concentration in a lot of areas. Some silly mistakes, some players just doing things that you wouldn't expect. And I think Salah is one of the prime examples of that. He looks very emotional this season. He was crying after the first game. And he's been very aggressive, getting into fights, picking fights with players. Just a lot of things like that have just, I think, unsettled the team in general. I think the Jota situation obviously has unsettled the team in that regard. And I think Isak obviously coming into that environment. But as I said in my previous video, I actually wrote this whole season off once I saw what happened to Jota. Because I just thought all the players are just going to be so distracted by that. The whole season's just going to be tainted because in the back of their heads, they're just going to be thinking about it. And it's like someone, if you've worked with somebody and you see them basically every day for 5 years and then they die, that's a big deal. And half the squad have known Jota for a long time now. So I think there's a weird situation where obviously all the new players are coming in as well, and there's probably like this real sense of, almost like a sense of weirdness and loss around the players that have been there before. They're all coming into that environment as well. So I think there's probably a little bit of weirdness that's still lingering as well that we probably need to, figure out. Do you think Isak is washed, or do you think he's going to come good? Obviously, I think he's going to come good.